No, I'm one of the last graduates of Guyan Valley still alive, I think.
You've got several.
That's,
I thought you said
that
something
grant
you
form.
said.
Yeah, I thought about saying it.
Well, she's divvying that up.
You're reading something.
She is, this is Dee Dee
Porter.
I wanted to say Burns. No, it's with back in JC. And her husband are president, chairman over the youth
Football league.
football league. And, of course, you know, with our football leagues is our starter programs for our middle school and high school. And they had approached me if, I had to take my granddaughter to majorette practice, and we had given them $1,000 last year, and they wanted to thank us for that. And I'll let Dee Dee go ahead and tell us what she needs there, and
Well, they've required that for safety for our helmets, that they be reconditioned every 2 years, so we had to send over, 72 helmets to be reconditioned. We sent them off, and we received them back today, which is 2,800. There's a list on there. We are a nonprofit organization, and we got the $1,000 from you guys, but our league fees, we charge $35 for the kids. But that $35 right now, in 2009 is whenever it went from Guyan Patriots to Guyan Valley, and they had 40 kids total, that's football players and cheerleaders. 2010, they had 58 kids total, 6 cheerleaders, 13 majorettes. 2011, they had 100 kids, 18 cheerleaders, and 20 majorettes. And as of right now, we haven't even started the season, we have 135 kids. We have 28 cheerleaders and 44 majorettes. So we have 42 sets of pads, so we're gonna have to buy more pads, more helmets. We practice at West Hamlin, we play at Guyan Valley. So we don't actually have a football field, but what we have is fine, but we're just asking for some help for the kids.
Okay. We always like to help, it just matters how much.
Well, I put an amount on there, I wasn't for sure, we don't care, as long as it's something, we do provide for, there is anywhere from 6 to 8 families that we try to provide everything for, that they come to us that we cannot pay for, and like I said, we are a nonprofit, we go through fundraising. Our football league, we provide for the boys, and whenever it comes to the girls, what we have to do is we actually have to fundraise for the money for the uniforms, because that's just how the money goes, in order to have the football league.
Right.
But we, as board members, we start in January and start fundraising for our girls to have uniforms, but there's a list on there what the parents are, required to get.
If we covered the 2,800, would that help? You need more than that?
Yeah, a little more.
What about,
That's just gonna pay for our helmets.
what about 500?
Yeah, that would be fine.
I'll make that motion.
I just sort of thought that's what you. All right, we have a motion and second, $5,000 to help them get over this bump in the road that they'll have every 2 years at least.
Okay, thank you.
And I have some Gino's Tutors cards that you fill off, they're selling those, I've got some that I'm selling.
And we have Krispy Kreme donuts we're taking orders for too.
Is there anyone else in the audience that was not on the agenda that would like to speak at this time?
Let's go. All right.
The next thing is commission concern, Mr. Vance.
I don't have. I really like the conversation we've had this evening. We've addressed a lot of important problems.
Been a good meeting.
And I appreciate everybody's input on that. But I will be attending another Workforce West Virginia meeting on June 15th at Logan, at the convention center there, and that will be one of everyone's supposed to be there at that meeting. So I'll have a report at the next commission meeting. That's all.
You did get the certification election.
Oh, yeah, yes, I did that too.
I had that on my list.
Okay. You
Commissioner
could add me in when we go through that.
The only thing, I have a couple different things to report on. From the 21st to the 24th of this month, I attended the assessors training. And there was something that was discussed at that training that I think is very important for us to keep an eye on. And one of the sessions was on confidentiality. There's a problem within the state where the assessor's offices and the courthouses are being targeted. And they're being targeted by individuals that come to the courthouse and ask for diagrams of houses, because these individuals are actually taking these diagrams, going back and robbing people. So we need to be really careful about the documents that we release, the things that they say to watch out for, the diagrams of houses, if specific questions are asked about if houses have security systems, and personal information documents. A lot of courthouses have found themselves giving out personal documents that actually have employees and other social security numbers on them. So that's, just be really careful with that. Another session was the appraisal process. The classifications, and I wasn't aware of this, but the assessor sets the classification for property, and if we would decide as a commission that we do not agree with that classification, we are not able to reverse that. So we are not able to overrule the classification, which was surprising. And the structure for the taxes would start out at the state tax department, mainly with mineral, and then it would go to the assessor for appraisals, choose the class, and also the assessor would be the first person in the line of grievances. And the second person, if it's not settled at the assessor's level, would be the Board of Canvassers, or Board of Equalization, I'm sorry. And that would be us. Not to go into too much detail. I did meet with a lady that currently has, I don't want to give her name, but she has properties that she has developed along the Hatfield and McCoy trails in southern West Virginia. I met her at Woodville, and she's looking at purchasing some property in that area and building some cabins. The last thing I just wanted to touch on, it's not a county issue, but this week there was a bill before Congress. It went before the U.S. Senate, and I guess it's pretty appropriate at this meeting after the discussion we've had. It was the Paycheck Fairness Act, and after watching that debate and the final vote, I just felt it important to at least to talk about it. That the bill itself was to close the loopholes that still exist that keep women earning less than men. Many research has indicated that women earn 77 cents for every dollar that men earn. And if you break that down to other terms, it would be $162 less per week than what men earn. And the bill that was put before Congress, before the Senate, was voted on, and 52 of the 100 senators voted for it, but it did not meet the 60 threshold that was needed. It was actually broken down into party lines. All 52 Democrats, including our two senators, Rockefeller and Manchin, voted for the bill, but the 47 Republicans voted against it. And there was a quote I was going to read, and it was from Lilly Ledbetter, and Lilly was one of the ladies that was a champion of the Ledbetter Equal Pay Law, which started the process of trying to see to it that women would be treated equally in the workplace. And what she said was, anyone who has a female anywhere in their working families, a mother, a wife, a daughter, granddaughters, daughter-in-laws, whoever they may be, needs to really look at the elections that are coming up and know if that person has your best interest. Like I said, our two Democrats voted for it in this state, and I'm not sure where the opponents, where they would stand. And I'm not saying that you vote against anyone in this state, but I just think it's important to pay attention. You know, we all have mothers, and many have sisters and daughters, and to think that in this time that women would still be earning considerably less than men is just, it's an outrage. And not only does that affect the women today, as they many times are the top earner in their family, but as they grow older and they retire and they draw their pensions, that affects them for the rest of their lives. And I just felt it important enough to bring up here today.
Okay, real quickly, FEMA, when they left here, I mentioned this the other day, but it's definitely one of those things we're gonna have to consider as a commission. They want us to seriously look at having a full-time person as a floodplain manager. So that's something that's not in the budget, so we'll have to talk about that somewhere down the road. I did attend the Relay for Life thing, and been lots of good publicity, and another one of those great things, and a lot of great Lincoln County people showed up and participated, and people outside the county. Just good to be part of it. On the election certification, we did get the election certified May 21st, I believe, and Dr. Banks and I were there, and Mr. Rain was on the phone. Kids fishing tournament, Hooked on Fishing, Not Drugs, that was this past weekend, last Saturday. We had 119 kids there, registered, matter of fact, we had lots of fish caught, some kid caught 15, in a 2-hour period. Some of them aren't too big, but they were still fish. The only other issue is that, the deputies, in our sheriff department, 2 of them's gonna be going to school, that's just gonna leave us 3, I think, to actively work, plus the chief. But, we are in the process, at least the sheriff's office is trying to get ready to employ some more. There's 2 additional slots in the budget that was there last year, there again this year. So, just be working to try to get that to take hold, and maybe we can get some decent deputies. We did allow a little increase in the beginning pay of deputies, at Mr. Vickers' request, to hopefully we can get some people to stay with us a little bit longer. That's all I have. I agree with Mr. Vance that, it's been a good meeting. Hope everything that we've talked about had some impact, some good. The next meeting, June 21st, 10 a.m. Motion to adjourn, 8:30.
So moved.
We stand adjourned.